Good afternoon, I'm Com163. Thank you for joining in. This is Domino Ibarra with the latest updates on the good old cup of joe. This is part 2 of our podcast series. Tune in to hear how coffee is connected to your health and well-being. Research has shown that moderate coffee consumption, which is equivalent to 3 to 5 cups daily, may be associated with many positive effects. These effects include liver disease prevention, improved cognitive function in older adults, sharper memory, increased athletic endurance, reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, and longevity. Studies have shown that coffee drinkers' overall risk of premature death is 25% lower than those who don't drink coffee. One study has shown that coffee may decrease the risk of developing prostate cancer in men by 20% and endometrial cancer in women by 25%. People in the test group drank 4 cups of coffee a day. Caffeine may also prevent developing the most common type of skin cancer. Reasonable consumption of coffee, which is 2 to 4 cups a day, is associated with a lower risk of stroke, and coffee also reduces the risk of Parkinson's disease. Studies have shown that the regular coffee drinking decreases the risk of Parkinson's disease by 25%. There is evidence that coffee causes activity in the part of the brain affected by Parkinson's. Due to the increasing scientific evidence, coffee has earned a new and improved reputation. According to the latest U.S. dietary guidelines, they recently made a recommendation for coffee as a healthy lifestyle. Many of these potential benefits are associated with caffeine, which is the naturally occurring stimulant found in coffee beans. The amount of caffeine in a cup of coffee can vary, depending on the type of bean you use and how it's brewed. Caffeinated coffee affects people differently based on heredity, body weight, gender, metabolism, and coffee drinking habits. According to Health Online, coffee doesn't just keep you awake, it may literally make you smarter as well. The active ingredient in coffee is caffeine, which is the stimulant and most commonly consumed psychoactive substance in the world. Caffeine's primary mechanism in the brain is blocking the effects of a neurotransmitter called adenosine. By blocking the effects of adenosine, caffeine actually increases neuronal firing in the brain and then releases other neurotransmitters like dopamine. Many controlled trials have examined the effects of caffeine on the brain, demonstrating that caffeine can improve mood, reaction time, memory, vigilance, and general cognitive function. Another thing, there's a good reason why you will find caffeine in most commercial fat-burning supplements. Caffeine, partly due to its stimulant effect on the central nervous system, both raises metabolism and increases fatty acids. Caffeine can also improve athletic performance by several mechanisms, including mobilizing fatty acids from the fat tissues. In 2 separate analyses, caffeine was found to increase exercise performance by 11 to 12% on average. Even though coffee in moderate amounts is good for you, drinking way too much can still be harmful. Some research appears to bear out some risks. High consumption of unfiltered coffee, which is boiled or espresso, have been associated with mild elevations in cholesterol levels. In addition, some studies found that 2 or more cups of coffee a day can increase the risk of heart disease in people with a specific and fairly common genetic mutation that slows the breakdown of caffeine in the body. So, how quickly you metabolize coffee may affect your health risk. But such studies can only show association. They cannot prove that coffee caused the effects. To make sure to preserve the health benefits, don't put sugar on anything unhealthy in your coffee. If it tends to affect your sleep, then don't drink it after 2 in the afternoon. Although coffee may have fewer risks compared with benefits, Keep in mind that other beverages such as milk and some fruit juices contain nutrients that coffee doesn't. Also, adding cream and sugar to your coffee adds fat and calories, up to hundreds of calories in some cases. This is why I urge you never to sugar down your coffee. Always make sure it's at least to a minimum. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in on The Good Old Cup of Joe.